Some of you here are on Social Security. Some of your parents are on Social Security. Some of your grandparents are on Social Security. You know why they have Social Security? Because they worked for it. They worked hard jobs for it. They have chapped hands for it. They had long hours and sore backs and bad knees to get that Social Security. And if Ron Johnson does not understand that, if he understands giving tax breaks for private planes more than he understands making sure that seniors who've worked all their lives are able to retire with dignity and respect, he's not the person who's thinking about you and knows you and sees you, and he should not be your senator from Wisconsin.
Ooh, baby, mic drop. I am sitting here saying, amen. I want to get out of my seat. President Obama did the daggone thing. He brought the requisite fire and brimstone, baby, to the moment as he stumped in Wisconsin for Mandela Barnes, saying, go on and send Ron Johnson home. Send him home. Because over Social Security, send his behind home. They worked for it. Ooh, did y'all feel that? I still feel it right now. It was an amen moment. Jessica reminded me of some of them rallies we went to. It also reminds me of somebody else I know. Take a look at this.
Multi-millionaires and billionaires and nothing will fundamentally change for you. Well, Queens, I got a message. If nothing fundamentally changes for multi-millionaires and billionaires, then nothing fundamentally changes for you and you and you and you. I'm mad as hell, and I know I'm a black woman. Last time I checked. And I know sometimes people talk about the angry black woman, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you ain't mad as a mofo about what's going on here, something's wrong with you. Mad with a purpose. So as an angry black woman, we taking applications. Y'all can be mad as hell with us. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Mad about a system that allows CEOs to make money hand over fist while other folks got to grovel for a living. Mad at the fact that we don't have leaders who won't equivocate standing up for the people. Mad that folks are living out on the streets. Mad that people are too afraid to go see a doctor because they can't afford it. Mad because our babies need to be educated and our teachers need to be paid. But we gonna get glad.
Yeah. We're gonna get glad because we're gonna do something about this. And it was such a delight to see President Obama bring that kind of energy because it is the gravity of the moment. And we need leaders in the elected ministry to not continue to be cool, calm, and collected when people are suffering, not to be cool, calm, and collected when we definitely have a clear and present danger known as today's GOP, especially on the federal and state levels of government. There's no time to play games with it. It's time to show the emotion and the intelligence that goes with righteous indignation. Jessica, we know a whole bunch about righteous indignation. That was at the Queens Bridge, as you and I were talking about at the break when we made a comeback. The point of me showing that clip is this is how Sister Turner rolls at all times.
And there's a reason for that. It's because everything we know and love is on the line, which is something I believe you have said. And I remember knocking doors on the Sanders campaign, and I knocked the door of this elder man, and he said, I see you're with the Bernie Sanders campaign. I'm just gonna let you know right now that I think anyone coming over the southern border should be shot as soon as they cross it. And I said, listen, I don't agree with every politician on every issue, and I understand you might be worried about keeping a job because keeping a job is really hard, and corporations buying up cheap labor from immigrants to exploit them is not right, and our jobs going overseas is not right. My dad works construction, I get it. And I'm worried about people like my parents because they worked hard their entire lives and Social Security isn't enough for them to retire on. And this same man who just said that touched the side of his house, which was falling apart, and he nearly broke down and cried and said, I'm on Social Security with my wife. She had to move away, so she's working. And we're in our 70s right now. just so that we could get by. And he ended up committing to caucus for Bernie Sanders. Social Security is an issue that working people across the country care about. We need to be bringing this fight, especially when just ahead of the midterms, Republicans are threatening cutting Social Security and Medicaid. That is such an unpopular policy with people across the political spectrum. We need to be talking about this 24/7.
Yeah, and I wish that Dems had started talking about this much earlier. To think that abortion was going to be a silver bullet is the wrong approach. It's one of many issues that we could use to galvanize people of good consciousness to come together. But the economics in that story that you told, Jessica, you can multiply that man and his wife. And you know why his wife had to move away? Because if they make too much money, their Social Security gets cut, which is asinine. The system itself, and that is what we are talking about. There are systemic failures in the United States of America. The whole notion of working and being poor should not go together. Folks stringing 2, 3, 4 jobs together and they still cannot make ends meet. It is a systemic failure. It is a policy choice or lack thereof. And so we can make new and different policies. So meanwhile, Rick Scott is trying to cover his own behind. Let's put up this headline from The Hill. Rick Scott, I don't know one Republican in favor of slashing retirees' benefits. You know why he's trying to cover his behind? Because see, elders not playing with this. Don't come for their Social Security. And they should be upset, and everybody should be upset about this. Because if you live long enough, it's a generation ahead and a generation behind. But all of us, if we live long enough, will be in that situation. So don't come for the elders' Social Security. But let's take a look. Rick Scott gonna say he don't know. Well, we gonna show him just in case. Because I know he watching the show right now, Jessica. Let's show him the Republicans who are in favor of slashing the benefits of retirees. So you got House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on this list. Senator Ron Johnson is on this list. Rep. Chip Roy is on this list. Rep. Jason Smith. Rep. Jim Jordan, with an embarrassment from state of Ohio, Rep. Mike Simpson, and Senator Rick Scott. But yet he said he don't know, he doesn't know. I don't know one Republican in favor of slashing retirees' benefits. It's a lie, just a total lie. So come on, people, you got to get out there. You have to get out there to vote, and you got to vote your interests. Jessica and I definitely understand that in some cases you are voting for the lesser of the two evils. We get it. See, we are not the ones, we're not gonna sugarcoat this thing. But what we are saying to you, that a clear and present danger right now, the GOP, the current GOP on the federal level, coming for Social Security, coming for Medicare, coming for Medicaid, it is wrong. And so you have got to do what you can to make sure that these people do not get into power. And then once we help secure a democratic victories, then we need to hold them accountable. All elected officials should be held accountable.